Hi, everyone. My name is Derya, and I am the Chief Program Officer here at Horizon Treatment Services. And it is my honor to share some information about our programs, specifically our detox programs and how they're designed, as well as uplift some success stories as it relates to the data that we have when we are evaluating the effectiveness of our programs. At Horizon, it is very important to us that we're making program designs that are really client-centered. And one of the ways that we uplift that effort is by data. We evaluate the impact of our individual therapy sessions, of our MAT services, of our counseling services, of just peer-to-peer support, and are able to distinguish how those interventions and services make a difference in the lives of our clients. And when we receive that insight and we are able to see causational as well as correlational results, we uplift, reinforce, and sometimes pivot our strategies. And that really informs the way our resources, both in terms of staffing, resource, time commitment, as well as types of trainings that we integrate into our model. And so with that said, it's very clear to me that our values at Horizon are very much anchored in providing client-centric interventions, and those are informed by client feedback. Sometimes it's feedback through data that gives us an objective view, and sometimes it's also receiving client feedback through our portal, which we refer to as Pulse for Good, and that is an electronic system where clients are able to provide their experience to us anonymously, which also informs very much all levels of management, from middle management to executive leadership, about how our clients are doing and what their felt sense is when they are with us. With that said, our detox programs, as anyone can imagine, is a very unique offering. Our clients, when they are entering detox, are quite vulnerable in their suffering because they are experiencing a lot of withdrawal symptoms, right? And that often can present in all sorts of manifestations of anxiety, of depression, trauma reactions that come to the surface more evidently. And so we really go out of our way to foster a culture that is focused on being a compassionate presence, a non-judgmental, compassionate presence, and combine that with effective therapeutic intervention. Our detox programs have counseling staff, recovery support specialists, licensed supervisors who really provide informed approaches where group therapy is part of their experience. And in this setting, our clients receive psychoeducation about the next level of care they can receive to benefit from the continuum of care. And so with that being said, in addition to the group therapy and case management, individual case management and one-to-one support, our clients also receive MAT services. And MAT services is really at the heart of what our detox programs stand for and are about. MAT services effectively address clients' medical needs in a prompt fashion. We have LVNs on site who are able to look at each client individually, hear about their symptoms, observe their symptoms, and are able to go from there when working with our medical director in prescribing the appropriate level of medication and the appropriate type of medication depending on the presentation. And so with that said, our detox programs, along with all other programs at Horizon, have a very comprehensive multidisciplinary approach, all the way from one-to-one support, counseling support, recovery care, monitor support, therapeutic support, and case management. And we believe strongly, because of this multidisciplinary approach, And because of this person-centered approach, and because we really do not believe in a one-size-fits-all model, our clients are able to get that individualized care in a very timely, sensitive fashion. The national average for client successful completion of programs often hover between the 60s and 70s range. And at Horizon, our detox programs have a graduation rate of the 80s and 90s, high 90s. And so we attribute those success rates to the multidisciplinary approach. And certainly MAT plays a very, very significant role in being able to manage the individual's symptoms in a very effective way. Also, what we were able to identify is a correlation study. And what we're able to show is a relationship between early dropout rates of clients prior to having received MAT services, meaning prior to when we were at Horizon able to bring MAT as part of our program model, and compare it to the dropout rates for clients when they received MAT services. And we've seen a significant reduction of dropout rates from, I believe, 5%, about 25%, somewhere between 22 to 25% dropout rate as a baseline, to 6% dropout rate when the individual started receiving MAT services. And so when we look at that direct relationship between the onset of receiving MAT to not, we can see that MAT is a really, really important part of the recovery journey for individuals. And we're very proud that we're able to fold that into our model so that our clients really receive the best care and that they deserve and are successfully able to move forward with the next level of care, which is really important to us. And we are able to also demonstrate through our data measurements that 84% of our clients who enter detox programs do graduate successfully. And of that 84% who complete the detox program, about 55% move over to the next level of care, which is sometimes our residential program with Horizon or other CBO partners. And we're very, very proud and happy to be able to provide that service either directly if the capacity is there, or to connect them to the appropriate level and service in the community.